Welcome to yoga from New Hampshire. So I'm here on the screened-in porch and surrounded by tall trees, and the lake is all around. So the inspiration for practice today is nature. So let's start. You can begin seated or supine, any way that's comfortable. I'm going to be sitting on a little cushion here. Try to keep my voice raised because motorboats go by and there's even a seaplane across the lake that makes a lot of noise. So anyway, we'll see what happens. So come to your comfortable centering place and begin to bring your awareness inside. So close your eyes. Be aware of the external environment, the air touching your skin. Be aware of your foundation, your support. And settle in there and begin to bring your awareness inside to the sensations from your body, beginning to see where you are as you start your yoga practice today, and remembering to listen to your body as your first teacher. So begin to experience sensations. Notice where you might be carrying tension, any areas that are perhaps a little tight, maybe even painful or sore. And with non-judgmental awareness, be compassionate as you practice for those areas, never forcing. And also be aware of areas where you may perhaps not be aware of sensation. As you practice listening to your body, you'll become more sensitive and be able to feel more things. So just maybe a warmth, energy moving through your body. So notice the places that might feel good or neutral, as well as the places that you need to be careful with. And then bring your awareness to your breath without changing it. Just notice the qualities of your breath. So as you inhale and exhale through your nose, notice the temperature of the breath on the inhale as it comes into your body and as it leaves your body. Just notice the balance or lack of balance between inhale and exhale, if one is longer than the other. Notice if your breath seems to be mostly in your chest, shallow or deep, fast or slow, regular, irregular. So just notice those qualities of your breath. And while you're noticing that, just relax all your scalp. Relax your eyes, around your eyes. Relax your cheeks, let your cheeks be heavy. Teeth slightly apart so your jaw is relaxed. Throat relaxed, shoulders down from your ears or into the mat if you're supine. And we're going to begin a pranayama. That's just taking control of the breath, working with the breath to control the flow of energy in your body. And it's going to be a 4-2-4-2. So the inhale and exhale are going to be equal, count of 4 for each. And then in between the inhale and exhale, that you're going to be still, totally still for a count of 2. So as you pause after the inhale, you're going to hold the breath in, totally still, for a count of 2, and then exhale completely to a count of 4, and pause, holding the breath out for a count of 2. So just begin that. So begin gently, just your count. You can assign the length of your count, doesn't have to be a second. So inhale to a count of 4, but make it a nice deep breath, so a belly breath, filling your lungs completely to a count of 4. Pause in total stillness for a count of 2. Exhale completely to a count of 4. And then pause, stillness, count of 2. So just continue like that for several rounds. So not creating anxiety or tightness in your jaw, your neck, your shoulders. Just relax. Let this be gentle and gradual. Just keeping that ratio. So evening out the breath, deepening the breath, and just having that brief pause in complete stillness. So when your body is still, your mind is still. It helps to still your mind. You're focusing on the breath. Relaxing into it. The pauses between are space, emptiness, total lack of effort. And now I invite you to continue with the 4-2-4-2, but let your gaze, your drishti, behind your closed eyes, come to the space between your eyebrows. So just bring your gaze right up to that, what's known as the third eye, the center of intuition, in feeling, in sight. And just add that to your 4-2-4-2. So this drishti keeps your eyes still and focused, soft focus. And it's just another way to still everything, so your mind will begin to still. So continue 4-2-4-2 with a drishti to your third eye. And you may see movement, colors, shapes, changing forms, images. Just be aware of what's there. Keep your gaze there. You may just experience a blank screen. It's all good. Do one more round of 4-2-4-2. release the pranayama, release your gaze, and just keep your eyes closed and begin a slow, deep, even breath that you will maintain during practice. Just slow, deep, even breath, and take a few moments to create an intention for your practice. Something you'd like to dedicate your practice to or take away from your practice today. Something that is transformative. A positive affirmation. And then we will begin our practice on our backs. So come on over into a supine position. I should have mentioned this, but we're going to perhaps need a strap. So have a strap and block nearby. And come over into your back. Bend your knees. Bring your feet below your hips. Bring your arms out shoulder height. And we're going to start with some windshield wipes. So when you're centered here, inhale right here in the middle. And then exhale, pull your belly in so your back comes toward the mat, and bring your knees over to the right. Keep your head neutral as you begin. And then inhale back to center. Exhale, belly in, knees over toward the left. Now just listen to your body. Notice sensation, just opening the hips up here. Bring a little rotation to the spine. If you want to bring it all the way to your top of your spine, the cervical spine, you may begin to take your head in the opposite direction of your knees, in the same direction of your knees, or keep it neutral in the center. Your choice. Choose what feels best for you today. You may increase the stretch in the hip by lengthening out from the hip through your top knee as you come over to the side, so stretching out through your quadricep, engaging your glute muscle, just creates a little more space in your hip. So move mindfully with your breath. A couple more times. And the next time you bring your knees up from the left side, pause there in the center. And stretch your legs out long and bring your arms up overhead. Take a full body stretch. So inhale, feet are flexed, lengthen out through the soles of your feet, spread your fingers, lengthen out through your fingers. And then exhale, release. Begin to walk your right leg out little by little and follow it with the left leg. So little steps with your right leg, and then bring the left foot up to meet it until you reach your limit there. So you want to keep your hips on the ground. Now you can take your left ankle over the right. So this is going to be a side stretch. Take your left wrist in your right hand and walk your hands over to the right. So we're coming into a banana shape. You want the stretch to feel good. So maybe not to your total edge, but a nice stretch up the left side of your body. The bind with the ankle and the wrist just helps to increase the stretch a little bit. So as you inhale here, Inhale into up the whole left side. And as you exhale, soften into the stretch. Couple more breaths here. Nice, slow, deep breaths. Stay with your breath. Stay with your feeling mind. Notice sensation. Just be aware of what's stretching and what's contracting. So the right side is contracting. Left side is stretching. All the way from your toes up through your fingertips. Now uncross your feet if they're crossed and bring your legs back to center. Bring your arms back to center. Take a full body stretch. And we'll stretch to the other side. So begin to walk your feet out a little bit. Left foot, meet it with the right. As far to the left as feels comfortable with the stretch, and take the bind if it feels good. Take your right wrist with your left hand and move your arms over toward the left. You could have a bend in your left elbow. Shoulders and hips are on the mat. And breathe all the way up the right side. Send the breath there, create space. Exhale, soften. The muscles on the left side of the body are contracting, working to bring the joints closer together. The muscles on the right side of the body are stretching gently. See where you can feel a release on the exhale. And then uncross your ankles, bring your legs back to center, arms back to center. One more full body stretch. Release. And bring your knees up over your hips, arms down by your sides, palm facing down. So you're going to engage your core here. Bring your navel toward your spine, so low back toward the floor, which is a tuck of the pelvis. And begin to bring your right knee into your chest and straighten it up toward the ceiling and lower it toward the mat as you bring your left knee in, straighten it, leg toward the ceiling, and bring it down. So this is slow bicycles, just like you're pedaling a bike. Alternate knee comes into the chest, straightens up, lowers down. Core is strongly engaged. So you want to keep your low back on the floor. Reach out with your foot that's going out. Slow bicycles. Slow breath. Exhale, inhale, even. Now, so we're juicing up the joints here, the hip joints and the knee joints, with synovial fluid. So it's kind of like the element of water. There are 5 elements in nature and in our bodies: earth, water, fire, air, and ether, starting with the most dense and becoming least dense. Now pause, reverse your bicycles. So as if you're pedaling backwards, move slowly. So the synovial fluid helps the joints to move glide, move more smoothly, like flowing water. And also in this, we're firing up the core. So that's the element of fire, heat, energy. Core is working here. And then slow the backward bicycles, hug both knees into your chest, and rock on your sacrum, perhaps make some circles with your knees, massaging the low back. And we're going to come up to all fours, so you can cross your ankles and rock up. You can come over onto your side. So best way for you, come into a tabletop posture, all four foundation. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Spread your fingers, press into the mat, lengthen your arms, press into the tops of your feet and your knees, lengthen your thighs. On an exhale, round your back, chin to chest, tuck your tailbone, cat pose. Inhale, chest comes down, tailbone goes up, perhaps your chin lifts a little, cow pose. So with your breath, bring some movement into your spine, flexion, extension, slow movement with your breath. Start slowly and gradually let it get deeper as your muscles and joints warm up. Just make it a mindful movement, a meditation almost. Just knowing how good this is for your spine. And the next time you come to an exhale and round your back, let your hips go all the way back to your heels in child's pose, but not to stay. Inhale, come back to tabletop. Exhale, child's pose. So we're going to just add this one more movement into child's pose. We're building an earth salutation. Move with the breath, vinyasa, flow. It's also the water element, flowing. And this time, when you come to tabletop, pause, tuck your toes, and lift your hips up and back on the exhale to downward facing dog. But not to stay. Inhale, back to tabletop. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, down dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Svanasana is dog in Sanskrit. So those are the movements. Inhale is tabletop. Exhale is child's pose or down dog. 2 breath vinyasa. A different movement on inhale and exhale. So flow, move with your breath, mindfully, slowly, staying with each sensation all the way along. Not just in the final posture, child's pose, down dog, tabletop, but also as you're moving between poses. So this is earth salutation, the earth element, grounding, bowing to the earth. And the next time you come to downward dog, pause here. Just bring a little movement if that feels good. Pedal your feet. Take a big bend in your knees and send your tailbone toward the ceiling, and then chest toward your thighs, and then see about gradually straightening your legs, stretching the hamstrings. Make sure your neck is loose and hanging. And then bend your knees and walk your feet up to your hands. Come into Uttanasana, standing forward bend. Deep bend in your knees. Your chest can lie right on your thighs. Might want to take a hold of opposite elbows. Just let the weight of your upper body pull you down into Uttanasana, lengthening out your low back. You can move right and left with your elbows. Then bring your hands to your shins and come halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana, half forward bend. Exhale, fold again. Then press down into both feet and come all the way up. And bring your hands to your chest, Anjali Mudra. Then bring your hands down to your sides and come into mountain pose. So this is the basis of all standing poses. Balanced on the four corners of your feet, rooting down. Pelvis is level. Side waist long, shoulders together, shoulder blades together on the back. Externally rotate your arms, spread your fingers, lift up through the crown of your head, and then let go of as much effort as you can while maintaining the alignment and the posture. So close your eyes if you have the balance and come back to your breath. Slow, deep, even breath. Notice energy moving through your body. Notice sensation. We did some vinyasa, which is energy producing. Heart might be beating a little faster. So that's the element of fire. Energy, heat. Okay, now we're going to do some half sun salutations, which is also vinyasa, and heat and energy, getting things moving. And we're going to do a 3-breath half sun. So inhale, arms go up. Exhale, bend your knees forward, fold. Inhale, half lift. So hands on your shins, lengthen out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, up and hands around to Anjali Mudra. So those 3 breaths. I'll lead you one more time and then let you go on your own. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Lengthen out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press into your feet. Come up into chair. Hips are back. Arms can be anywhere. Exhale all the way up. Hands around. And do a couple more in time to your own breath. Modify any way that makes it better for you. And when you finish that round, come back into mountain pose, reconnect with your breath, reconnect with your center, your focus. Remember your intention. then we're going to move into, no surprise here, tree pose. So I don't know if you can see the trees out here, but they are truly magnificent. So we're going to be magnificent like those trees. So foundation, we're going to root down through the right foot to start. So root down through your right foot, come onto your left toes, firm up your core, firm up the muscles on the right side of your hip, and then find your drishti. So something you're looking at that's not moving, soft gaze. And then turn your leg out about 45 degrees, and you can stay right there on your toes. Bring your foot to your below your knee or up to your thigh. So get your balance there. And then if you want to bring your arms into it to be limbs or moving with the breeze, you can add any movement or shape that you want to. Come to your breath. Stay with your breath. Slow, deep, even. Remember the playful, curious attitude that helps with balanced poses. Smile on your face. And when you're ready to come out with as much control as you went in, mindfully. Shake everything out. Do some Tai Chi twists or just shaking your legs out. And then we'll move to the other side. So weight comes into your left foot. Firm up your left hip. Engage your core. Got your drishti. And move into your tree pose on this side. Doesn't have to be the same as the other side. If you come out, that's fine. That's practice. So when you come out, just take a breath and move back in mindfully. Set it up. Don't rush into it. And when you feel like you've done your sides evenly, come out mindfully. Shake everything out. And turn to face the long edge of your mat. Step your feet wide apart. Feet are parallel to start with. Hands on your hips. Lengthen up through the crown of your head, down through your feet. And we're going to hinge forward from your hips. So you can put your fingers in the hip crease here. Keeping a long back. So you're lengthening out through the crown of your head, coming forward, no rounding of the back, and start by coming halfway. If you have a block, it can be nice to have your hands on the block. Now when you get halfway down, your back is still flat. You might be able to move your feet a little further apart. And inhale, lengthen out in Ardha, half wide leg forward fold. Your tailbone is tilted up. You might be able to come down, bring your hands to the mat. Don't worry if you don't. And then come forward the rest of the way. Take your left hand under your nose, fingers pointing to the right. On an inhale, bring your right arm up toward the ceiling, right hand up toward the ceiling in a twist. Take a few breaths here. Open that, bring the right shoulder back, open your chest. And then bring the right hand down under your nose, fingers point to the left. Inhale, left arm up. then bring that hand down. Bring your hands up to your hips. And on an inhale, press into your feet, strong flat back, come all the way up. Now bring your heels in about 45 degrees. So I'm going to move into goddess or horse pose. So on an inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, bend your knees, set your hips back. So most of the weight is in your heels. And then inhale, bring your arms out to the side. Exhale, right arm under left. You can bind or you can take opposite shoulders. So eagle arms with goddess or horse legs. So strong legs here. If you want to bring your elbows up a little bit, hands away from the face. Feel the broad back here. So we have eagles in the trees around here. So this is a little bit of an homage to the eagles. And then up. Straighten your legs, unclasp your hands, and we're going to do the other side. So part of the arms is to take your mind off the strength and what's going on in your legs. It's a distraction. So strong legs. Okay, we'll do the other ways. So bend your knees. Each exhale, you might be able to get a little lower. Inhale your arms out, this time left under right. Elbows up, hands away. So we just had 2 loon chicks hatched a couple days ago, and they are so adorable, and unfortunately the eagles can get them. So eagles are wonderful too, and it's just all nature. But I'm hoping the eagles don't get the loon chicks. One more breath. And then undo your arms, undo your legs. Bring your feet together. Take 2 half sun salutations. You can do any way you want. Half lift, chair. Just bring a little movement in here. So do two to your own breath. And then we'll meet up with our legs wide apart. We're still facing the long edge of the mat. Take your left heel up and move it back toward the corner. Pivot on your right heel, toes toward the front edge. So feet are on a line, either heel to heel or heel to instep. Shoulders squared to the long edge. So it's an open hip posture for warrior 2. Start by bending and straightening your right knee a few times till you find where it can come right over your ankle. You can make your stance longer or shorter. You should be able to see the big toe and ankle over knee. And then bring your hands to your heart center. And on an inhale, arms out shoulder height, your spine's coming right up in the middle, and take your gaze to look over the middle finger of your right hand. So warrior 2. We're going to do a vinyasa dancing warrior with 3 different poses. So we'll take 2 breaths in each pose and move on the inhale. So I'll walk you through it. So inhale here, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now on your next inhale, move into reverse warrior. So your left hand moves down your left thigh, right arm over your ear, stretching up the right side. Legs are the same. Inhale into the movement, then exhale, and then inhale, exhale, maybe a little deeper. Inhale back to warrior 2, exhale, inhale out, forearm to your right thigh, hand can be on your waist or swing it around over your ear, bent side angle. Take a full inhale, exhale in here. Then inhale back to warrior 2, exhale, Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, move into reverse warrior. Exhale. Stay here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale into bent side angle. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And this time we're going to hold each pose for 3 breaths. So you're in warrior 2 for 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. See if you can sink a little deeper on the exhale, then move back into reverse warrior for 3 breaths. Back to warrior 2 for 3 breaths. Then bent side angle. Last time, 3 breaths. Bring that left shoulder back. Keep the chest open. Press into both feet. Then inhale, come back up. Bring your feet together. Do some twists. Bring your arms up and touch one arm up and touch your shoulder. Okay, then spread your feet wide apart again. And we'll do that on the other side. So pivot so your right heel goes back, left toes toward the short edge of your mat. Find your knee over your ankle. Shoulders are squared. Start with hands in Anjali Mudra, then inhale, arms out shoulder height. So you don't want to be leaning back, leaning forward, reaching into the past, reaching into the future. You want to be right up between in the present moment. Gaze over the middle finger of your left hand. Then inhale, palm up, right hand down your right thigh. Stretch. Inhale back to warrior 2. Inhale out to bent side angle. Inhale back up to warrior 2. Reverse warrior, so move into each posture and then take a breath there before you move to the next posture. And always come back in the middle to warrior 2. So you may not be doing what I'm doing, just do what your breath is, how your breath is leading you. And then the last time, take 3 full breaths in each posture. So 3 full breaths in warrior 2, 3 full breaths in reverse, 3 again in warrior 2, and 3 in bent side angle. going to meet in mountain pose, so take your time, finish your sequence, and when you finish, come into mountain pose and just reconnect with your breath in mountain pose. Scan your body, see where you are. Feel the energy, heat, and the element of air is our breath. Your eyes and come to the top front edge of your mat if you're not there. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees really deeply. Place your hands on the mat. Step back into downward facing dog. So this can be a rest pose also, like forward bend. So pedal your feet if your body's asking for movement. You can stretch out, three-legged dog, one leg at a time, if that works for you. Or you can just hold still in downward dog. If you really want to go into child's pose, you can do that too. So just take a few breaths, either moving or still, in a pose that's right for you right now. And then, best way for you, come down onto your back. Have a block nearby. Come onto your back. We're going to move back to where we started. So feet bent, knees bent, feet near your hips. Bring your shoulder blades together on the back, so open your chest even more. Your hands, see if you can get your hands either touching your heels or near to your heels. And then spread your fingers, spread your feet. We're going to do bridge Ulola, or moving bridge. Just inhaling, bring your hips up a little, not as far as they can go. Exhale down from the top of your spine to your sacrum. Each time perhaps lifting a little higher, moving with your breath. Just getting deeper and deeper each time. If your legs tend to splay out, press into the big toe mound of your foot to draw them in. Letting your chest rise toward your chin, not the other way around, so keeping a long cervical spine. Now you can choose to hold your bridge, or you can take a block and put it under your sacrum for supported bridge. Whatever calls to you right now. We're going to be here for about a minute. So supported or holding, if you want a little more heat, a little more fire, just hold the bridge. If you want some restoration, use the block. It's whatever you need. you're on the block, push into your feet, remove the block, and come down onto your back. We're going to finish up with, again, where we started with some windshield wipers. So keep your knees bent, and arms out, shoulder height, palms up. But here you can pick if you want to have your feet close to hip width apart. You can have your feet off the floor, moving your knees side to side. Again, that's more fiery, more core work. Or you can have your feet wide on the mat, which brings more to your hip joints than your back. So find the place that's really what you need toward the end of practice, and just begin some rounds of windshield wipe. Inhaling brings you center. Exhale, flatten out your low back, belly in as you move your knees to the side. Choose whether you want to move your head or keep it in the middle. And the next time your legs come to the side, pause. We're going to hold the twist on each side for about a minute. So modify any way that makes this better for you. You can put a little more weight. You can put your foot on that knee to bring it down a little more. But remember that the stretch should be not extreme, comfortable. And then on the exhale, release. So consciously release, let go of any tension anywhere. Just hone your super sensitivity till you can actually feel that release somewhere. Doesn't have to be in the hip. It can be in the lower leg, the upper leg, the shoulder, neck, anywhere. And then inhale, bring your knees to center. Exhale to the other side, and we'll hold the twist over here for about a minute. Modify this side. It'll be different. So make whatever's best for this side. See where you can feel the release. So remember that your slow, deep, even breath signals your body to release and relax. You're supported here by the mat. And then bring your knees back to center. Hug both knees into your chest. Rock on your sacrum. Maybe do a happy baby pose. Take any movement or pose that you want or feel you need before moving into Shavasana. So give your body what it needs before the final, most important pose. Complete relaxation. Set up, Just feel your support, the earth element, totally supported. Let go of effort. So still the fires, or you could think of it as a still lake. No ripples. You can see right to the bottom. And on that idea, you can have your drishti back up between your eyebrows to that third eye here to help bring even more stillness, so the eyes are still as well during Shavasana. Just gazing at that empty space. That's the element of ether or space. Intuition, seeing inside. Not attaching to anything, but aware of everything. Gently bring your awareness back to the space. Begin to awaken your body slowly, moving your fingers, your toes. And as you're ready, bring yourself over onto your side and rest for a few breaths inside child's pose, just seeing where you are, your body, your emotions, your mind at the end of practice. Perhaps revisiting your intention. And then use your arms to bring yourself up to a comfortable seat. Keep your eyes closed, awareness within. And sit with a tall, straight spine. And I would like to just read a quick quote about breath and tying in with nature. All things share the same breath, the beast, the tree, the man. The air shares its spirit with all the life that it supports. And that is from Chief Seattle, Native American chief. And I think it speaks a lot to our connection with nature, all the elements of nature, earth, water, fire, air, ether, are also elements of human nature and our bodies. And it's wonderful to understand that interconnectedness and our connection to the universe through our yoga practice. And I invite you to bring your hands, palms together, and bow lightly. I thank you for coming to yoga today and sharing this practice. And I hope that you will spend as much time as you can in nature, appreciating how we are all interconnected. The light and teacher in me bows to and honors the very same light and teacher in each of you. Namaste. Thanks for coming. So I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.